Hi, everybody. It's Sara Banta here with Accelerated Health Products. And I've gotten the question quite a few times, especially with the upcoming holidays, of how do I travel with keto? And maybe I shouldn't start until after I get back home from the trip. And maybe it won't work on my trip, and I really want to have fun. So is it going to damper my experience? And I want to start out with a little story. And this was when I was first introduced to keto myself. I was invited to Mexico for a 40th birthday party. And I told myself, have fun, don't hold back on drinking or eating what you wanted to eat. But ironically, I had started doing the exogenous ketones the week before. So I said I was going to do those, but just not really worry about anything else. And so what I found out was, oh my gosh, with these exogenous ketones kicking me into ketosis, my sugar cravings were gone. I wasn't craving the guac and the chips. I wasn't craving the alcohol. And I even tried to have a drink, but I thought, gosh, this isn't doing me any good. I'd rather have another keto shake instead, because it gives me such stable, amazing mental and physical energy. And I was just happy. Felt great in the morning when I'd wake up. I'd go on a walk. I'd enjoy the day laying by the pool and relaxing and all of that. But the cravings were gone and the traveling was easy. But when it really hit me was when we were on our way home in a car full of hungover 40-year-olds and back to the Cabo airport. We got caught in traffic, and it was a 45-minute drive turned into 2.5 hours and stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic where you literally felt claustrophobic. There was no air conditioning. There was no getting out to go to the bathroom. You were stuck. And a lot of people around me in the car were kind of freaking out a little bit. And they were getting hungry, and their blood sugar was dropping, and they were starting to sweat a little bit. And I could have been in that position, but because I had had my keto shake, my blood sugar was stable and my mood was very calm. I didn't feel anxious at all. I just knew, well, we're either going to get there or we're not in time to make our flight. My hunger was completely satisfied, and I felt totally in control, even though it was totally out of my control. And it just taught me that when you're in ketosis, you have a lot more flexibility and freedom when things are not in your control. There was no snacks. No one brought any food. There was no water. We were all thirsty, but at the same time, I was still okay. I felt okay. And when we all got to the airport, everyone ran to the near snack bar to grab some chips or something just to feel somewhat normal again. And I was fine. I got on the plane and we got home. And then when I got home, I was able to have a great meal that was what I wanted. And I wasn't anxious. And it just taught me that actually traveling on keto is so much easier than traveling not on keto. So when people ask me this question, it's an advantage to be on keto and in ketosis when you're traveling. And this was my first weekend. So that's not even when I was keto adapted. So my body wasn't even used to it. I was just dependent on the keto shake, which just shows the power of the keto shake. So to get into my top travel tips, number one, keto shake. It's in a powder form, so I always have an extra packet with me in my purse, and I can add it to the water on the plane, or once I get through security, grab a bottle of water, put it in there and shake it up. And I can either add the Oxylent to it to flavor it or take them separately. But I also, tip number 2, have a couple packets of Oxylent with you. The Oxylent, full of vitamins, minerals, and electrolytes, is really going to help with jet lag and hydration. As you're traveling, you normally get dehydrated. And when you're doing the keto shake, the nice thing is, whether you're doing a long car ride, and I don't know if you're like me, but when we travel as a family, we know we get 2 pit stops for a 14-hour drive, and they're about a 3-minute stop to go to the bathroom, and that's it. So I actually don't drink or eat a lot in the car, just because I don't want to have to use the restroom when we're not going to be stopping, and I don't like to go on the plane either. So I typically wait until the end of the trip to eat a snack or to have something to drink. But with that, I do a couple packets of Oxylent to make sure that when I do drink, I'm very hydrated, and it helps with jet lag. It helps just with energy in general when you're traveling. So the Keto Shake is going to give you flexibility as far as when you eat, so that you can wait as long as you want to eat what you're actually wanting to eat, and not being forced to eat snack food that was given to you on the plane or at the 7-Eleven or the gas station. So it makes it, it's totally in your control. And what snack do I take with me? I love Pili nuts, Pili. They're on my website, Accelerated Health Products, but you can find them other places too. They have 1 carb per serving. They're full of healthy fats and minerals and vitamins, and super tasty. And then I also take a little Ziploc baggie of the Accelerated Ancient Salt. That, if you just putting a little bit on your tongue, will help satisfy your appetite. If you start getting nauseous at all, it helps with nausea. It's great to just put on your food when you are at a restaurant and you want to eat, flavor your food. It's a great flavor enhancer, but it's full of the minerals and no radiation, which there is a lot of radiation in other salts out there, and some other toxins. So my ancient salt is very healthy and radiation free. So with that too, I always have a little dropper bottle of my Accelerated Silver. I take it under my tongue, about a tablespoon, maybe 2 to 3 teaspoons at a time in my mouth for at least a minute, and then swallow. And I'll do that every hour when I'm traveling, especially on a plane, since there's so many germs everywhere. I'll even put it in a spray bottle and spray my tray table and my seat, and just kind of maybe in the air a little bit, maybe around the man that's sleeping next to me who's coughing all over me. So that's a great thing to have in your purse. And I have the 2-ounce dropper bottles that are you can fly with. There's no problem. I also always take my Acceleradine Iodine, because that not only is going to help with your metabolism and your thyroid health, but it is an immune booster. So it works along with the Accelerated Silver, and it helps fight off viruses and the bacterias and all of that as well. And the Nuke No More. So especially if you're flying and you're going through security and all the radiation in the planes, you definitely want to be doing the Nuke No More. I like to do it before I leave and then when I land, and that will help detox you from all the radiation. So those are my top tips. Lastly, I guess when you're at restaurants out, super easy to order. All you do is you say, I want double vegetables and maybe some extra olive oil, and put some heavy sauces on your meat. But I order ribeyes and salmon and chicken on the bone with the skin, but then I get the double vegetables and X out the bread and the carbs. So it's not difficult to order in restaurants. Salads with olive oil dressings are great, and it's really actually very easy to order out. Thank you for joining us today. Leave a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this, and please be sure to check the description below for any additional information. Please don't hesitate to leave a comment or ask a question, as I'd love to answer as many of those as I possibly can. If there's a particular topic you'd like to hear more about, please share that in the comments below as well. Thanks again for joining us, and hope to see you again soon.